On January 20th, 2025, DeepSeek was released and it's completely taken the world by storm. Everybody left, right, and center is talking about DeepSeek. But one of the things I've noticed is that everybody's talking about it from a technological perspective, which for the average person doesn't make that much sense. So I am here to give you my first impressions on DeepSeek as someone who is not a techie, someone who works as an executive assistant. So what I'm going to do in this video is take you along with me as I use DeepSeek in my day-to-day activities for the first time, basically working through one particularly not mammoth project, but like a fairly big project that I'm doing as an executive assistant. And then I'm going to give you my first impressions on it and kind of do a small comparison between DeepSeek and ChatGPT. Hopefully this helps you that are non-techie. And so without further ado, let's get straight into the video. So before we dive into my comparison, a little bit of housekeeping. Hi, my name is Jojo, which stands for Josephine. If you care at all, if you don't, whatever, it's fine. Anyways, I am an executive assistant. So my goal as an executive assistant is to work with my founder to help them be as efficient as they possibly can be. And in order to do that, I need to be as efficient as I can be. And so while I'm an assistant, AI can be my assistant. See, is that kind of meta? Never mind. Okay, so I am about to run DeepSeek for the very first time. The reason I'm doing this is because I have this assignment at work where I have to go through a bunch of reports, and ChatGPT is struggle busing to get the analysis done for those reports, probably because most of them are scans, and so it keeps running into issues in trying to extract the data. And because it's in a different language than what I speak, I really needed to extract the data so that it can also like analyze and summarize it. But like I've been trying to use ChatGPT for 2 days and it's not working. So yesterday I got permission from my boss to try DeepSeek. So that's what we're gonna do today. One of the things that I learned when I was going through my ChatGPT prompt engineering certification was that you can actually tell ChatGPT or any of these AIs, in this case I guess DeepSeek, to take on a persona for somebody. So that's one thing I want to try right now. So let me just go ahead and type that in. And this is what I mean by saying it takes on a persona, like you are a savvy executive assistant. The reason that you need to do that is to, when you tell the AI, whatever, these things, when you tell them who they are, they start to reason from that perspective. I don't know if that makes a lot of sense. Let me just go ahead and write out my prompt and see how that goes. Okay, so I just finished writing up my prompt, and one of the things that I ended my prompt with is, do you understand the assignment? Because I've given it I've basically given it a bunch of context about what the project is, and the reason I'm asking it if it understands the assignment is so that it can start to think in a proper way. Because if you don't give these LLMs, that's what the word is, if you don't give these LLMs the context that they need, they can do what's called hallucinate, and that makes them give you really, really wonky results. So using things like a persona, like you are a savvy executive assistant, and then breaking down the context of the assignment and then asking it if it understands, forces it to actually think logically about what it's supposed to do for you. Now, this again applies in the context of ChatGPT, and the certification I did was in the context of ChatGPT. I'm curious to see how that translates to something like DeepSeek. It's very exciting for me. Can you tell? Can you tell? Anyways, let me just go ahead and read what it spat out about its explanation. Yes, I understand the assignment clearly. Here's how I'll approach it. Step 1, extract and reproduce the data. So it's going to extract the files, convert the scanned documents using optical character recognition. That is basically how these LLMs, the premium versions of the LLMs, they can actually, they have the ability to scan an image and extract the information into text, which is pretty cool, or code, or depends on what the hell you asked it for. But that's a very, very important thing. I've had quite a few situations where I'm given a screenshot with information, and it's like, instead of manually trying to copy the information from the screenshot myself, I just give it to the LLM and be like, extract all information in like a table form or a text form, and then I can just copy paste it, and it makes my life so much easier. So yeah, and then it's asking me, let me know if you'd like me to proceed with any specific part of the process or if you have additional instructions. So far, so good. That's what I'm thinking. So what I want to do now is basically feed DeepSeek the folder with the documents that I needed to analyze. The content is in a zip file. So So what I'm currently telling DeepSeek is I'm going to give it the folder, but one of the things it didn't tell me in its steps is how I can actually cross-check its work as it goes. This is important because whenever you give these LLMs a lot of information to work through at a time, it's important for you to, or rather, it's important for you to be able to cross-check their work as they go. Otherwise, they can make a bunch of mistakes. So one of the ways that you can avoid that is by telling them like break this down into step by step, and for each step I have to review and approve before you move on to the next step. And another extra level of making sure that it does its job properly is to tell it like, hey, whenever you finish a step, reference everything that you did before and give it to me so that you are able to remind yourself where you are in the process. Because the way these LLMs work, at least the way ChatGPT works, is they think in a very logical step-by-step way, but they can forget where they've come from and then basically just go like, the whole idea of if a plane starts off here but then is 1 degree off, it winds up somewhere completely different. ChatGPT does that all the time. So by telling it to constantly reference where it is in the step-by-step process and what it's done before, you're increasing the likelihood that it's going to stay on course. So that's what I want to do right now. Just tell it to add in those fail safes so that as we're going through these, because there are very many files, there's like 15 different files at least. I want to make sure that it doesn't get lost in the process. So let me just continue making that modification to the prompt. Let me just scroll through what I've done so far, because at this point I don't really have any confidential information showing yet, so I can show you what the chat is looking like so far. Okay, so let's just go back to the beginning. So this was my original prompt. You're an executive assistant, you're going to deal with some medical files, etc., etc. And as you can see, it doesn't really tell me that it can stop for me to cross-check its work. So this is the additional prompt that I'm saying. I'm like, I like to give you the entire folder to get started. However, I want you to do these things over here. Do you understand? So if I click enter, let's see what it says. Let me go ahead and just cross-check this, and if it looks good, then I'm ready to start. Okay, I'll extract its content. Okay, now another one of those things that you need to know is these LLMs. I'm so sorry, I'm trying to get you to like sit by yourself without me holding the phone. This is crazy. Hold please. One of the things about prompt engineering is you have to pay attention to what you're doing and modify things as you go. So even though we're taking the time to come up with a step-by-step plan, as we start to implement the plan, I'm going to have to pay attention to see like, is this giving me the results that I want? If not, tweak the plan. And one of the best things you can do, one of the most helpful patterns, they're called patterns, prompt patterns, that I learned during the certification was from now on. Once you tweak the plan and the results that you're getting and you're happy with them, you can tell the LLM from now, do this from now on, or from now on, do this. And that also helps you to intentionally change directions if you want to, or, things of that nature. So yeah. I've officially hit my very first snag. I've tried to upload the zip folder and it's apparently not supported. So I mean, we have to modify this so that I have to feed it the files one by one. This is gonna take a while. Okay, let's go ahead and do that. How I've prompted it is, I've told it, it seems you don't accept zip folders, so I will have to provide the files one by one. Can you modify the plan to account for this? And it's currently doing that. Let me show you what it's given me back. So this is what I said. It seems you don't have the zip folder, so this is important to me. I will confirm receipt of the file and note its name. That's good. Oh, this is interesting. I was actually wanting it to first process each file before organizing and summarizing, but let's see how this goes. Fantastic. Okay, I guess I'll just go ahead and give it the first file and see if that makes sense. Take it from there. So, with all the pomp and fuss and excitement about DeepSeek, I've hit the first snag. So I gave it a file, and what it told me was twice. It told me the server is busy. Please try again later. Nambari yaliyopiga something. The number you've called is not available at the moment. Please try again later. If you know which country that's from, please. You're the real MVP. Anyways, yeah. So I guess this is not going to work with DeepSeek. I'm not going to be able to extract the data, but I like its thinking process. So what I'm going to do is take its step-by-step plan and try put it back inside ChatGPT and try that again. And hopefully it works this time with ChatGPT. Y'all pray for me. Okay. Side note, personally, I've never really liked ChatGPT. I didn't start getting excited about ChatGPT until I actually went through the certification for prompt engineering, and I was like, okay, cool, it makes sense. But I still honestly, like, even prior to my certification, I would use Claude as opposed to ChatGPT. But yeah, I don't know. There's just something about ChatGPT. ChatGPT feels like that mean girl at school who's always nice to you, but like she's nice to you because she wants something from you. That's what ChatGPT feels like to me. Is that weird? Am I the only one? Please tell me I'm not the only one. ChatGPT is still not working the way that I want it to, and DeepSeek isn't helping me either. So what I'm doing is, instead of trying to analyze all the files within the same chat, I'm taking each individual file into its own separate chat, because this is why I don't like ChatGPT. When I try to process all of them at the same time, it feels like ChatGPT gets to a point where it's like, you know what, I'm done with this, and it just doesn't try as hard. So, for example, in the previous chat where I was trying to go through each of the files one by one within the same chat, the first like 5, it extracted the information. Then the 6th one, it had like a hiccup and it couldn't extract the information, right? It's like, oh, sorry, I encountered an issue, blah, blah, blah. And I was like, okay, cool, mark it as failed and then move on. Every single file after that, it would analyze it for like 2 seconds and just be like, sorry, it failed. Sorry, it failed. I'm like, try again. Sorry, it failed. Just, But when I take the same file into a brand new chat with no other prior information, it's actually trying, like, oops, that didn't work, I'm gonna try again. And then, oh, that didn't work either, let me try again. Let me try this, let me try that. Actually, I'm gonna try again just to make sure that I'm like really, really trying. Let me show you what I mean. See? First, it didn't give me like a sense of extraction. I mean, what is that? That is pure laziness. I told it, please try again. And it's like, I will carefully, and then looks like the da 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 da, and then I will try again. And look, it's actually analyzing this exact same file in the previous one. It analyzed for like 1, 2. Sorry, it's not working. And now look, it's actually working. Like, why? This is why I don't like ChatGPT. It's like weird. It feels like it gets to a point where it's like, I'm so over this, so like I'm gonna stop like right now. It's annoying. Anyways, onwards we go. I tried the same file that I was trying on ChatGPT just now in DeepSeek, and it's working. Like, let me show you. Look, it's working. Meanwhile, ChatGPT for the exact same file, this is where it is. It's like, it's not working. But like DeepSeek, it's working. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. What? What? Let's see if DeepSeek's gonna help me again this time. Yeah. DeepSeek did an extraction on a file that ChatGPT has failed. What a time to be alive. I just gave DeepSeek another file and it's extracting the same file that ChatGPT failed. I am so excited right now. What? Finally making progress on this thing. This thing has been stressing my brain for 2 days. I'm finally making progress. I'm so excited. Yay! I did it again. There was like this one file that was notorious for refusing to be extracted by ChatGPT, and y'all, DeepSeek is doing it. Listen, I'm not trying to be a fangirl, but like, I mean, it's awesome. It's so cool. I'm so happy. Can you tell I'm kind of a geek, maybe? But like, not really, because I don't even understand how any of this works. I'm not really a geek, but like, it's so cool. So cool. Before I started trying to use DeepSeek, I watched this very quick tutorial on how DeepSeek works, and let me just go ahead and insert a clip of how what that means, like right here.
And for our first prompt, we'll start off easy. Well, it is easy for us, but it has stumped ChatGPT in the past. After about 15 seconds, DeepSeek returns the right answer. Now, you might be wondering, why did it take 15 seconds for such an easy answer? That's because this is a reasoning model. And what that means is because the AI is given more time to think and reason, the accuracy and the precision of its answers increases. What's unique about DeepSeek is that we get exposed to its thought process. So you see, it starts off by trying to count the R's letter by letter, and then it second guesses itself and checks itself multiple times until it arrives at the correct answer. It's also funny that it hints there might be a common mistake where people think it's only 2 R's.
And right now also DeepSeek just told me the server is busy. So I guess when they say try again later, they really do mean try again later. So let me go and edit the document that I've been gathering my information manually and then come back and try again. I completely understand why it's so busy, because it is so popular and everybody right now is using it all the time. And there are people who are doing absolutely insane things I can't even begin to imagine or wrap my mind around. So the server is I think there's gonna be a problem for a long time. But I also know that with time, within just a few months, this is gonna be an issue that they'll be able to solve. Hopefully. Because if they do, listen, ChatGPT is out of business. No lie. Also, DeepSeek is so polite. When I give, let me read this to you. When I give it the first file, thank you for providing the first file. I've processed it and extracted the information into a docx file. Below is the extracted content for your review and approval. Once you confirm, I'll proceed to request the next file. It's so polite. I like it. Oh my god. Listen, the fact that we're interacting with these like AI things as if they're actual people is problematic to me. Like, I know I'm talking to a machine, but like if I gave this to my child, she wouldn't know that they're talking to a machine, and that line's gonna get blurry real fast. I mean, it's getting blurry for me. I'm thinking of these things as having personalities. Like ChatGPT is a snarky mean girl, and Claude is your BFF through the hardest of times, and now DeepSeek is quickly becoming like, I haven't yet decided the persona, but yeah, I'm a grown adult who existed before these things existed, and the lines are already getting blurry for me. Imagine the next generation. Like, some of the stuff is like low key, real scary. I'm not even gonna lie. Oh well. So one of the things that I've learned in the process of doing this whole new executive assistant position using AI is you should always be asking yourself, how can I do something quicker? So DeepSeek is giving me the content, and some of the content is coming in a table form, but when I copy it over, it kind of gives me the content in Markdown format, and I will put an image somewhere here to show you what the hell I mean by Markdown, because I understand what it looks like, but I can't explain to you how it works because I'm not techie like that. Anyways, because it's been giving me stuff in Markdown, what I was doing was manually inserting a table into the doc and then copying each and every single item into the relevant cell, which is time consuming as all heck. And I'm like, I don't have time for this. I have other things on my plate that I have to complete. So at some point, the brainwave hit me like, wait, ChatGPT understands Markdown, and you can actually copy an actual table from ChatGPT. So finally, the brainwave came to me like, DeepSeek gives me the content in Markdown, and for the table specifically, it was just the hardest part for me to edit. I just have to copy all of that Markdown, give it to ChatGPT, and tell it to give it to me in a table, and then I copy the table, and then I put it back in doc, and I'm good. And so I just took what was taking me basically 30 minutes, and now I'm doing it in like 2 minutes. This is why we are using AI to do our work. So for other people that keep saying like, oh, our jobs are going to be replaced by AI, no, it's your jobs are going to be taken up by the people who are doing your job using AI. That's where the catch is. So yeah, that's all. That's my update for now. I'm gonna get back to it because I need to finish this thing ASAP. But yeah, so far I'm very happy with DeepSeek. I'm very, very happy with it. All right, you guys. I was able to actually use DeepSeek to finally finish this report, and like, my mind is actually blown. I am very, very impressed. I should put like a side note. I don't know if I already mentioned this in the course of the video. If I did and I'm repeating myself, I'm sorry. But the point is, I never really liked ChatGPT to begin with. I was one of those kind of late adopters, and the only way, like, I remember when ChatGPT was a whole thing in 2023. My boss at the time I remember telling my boss at the time, like, I don't really see a use case for ChatGPT in my life. And he said to me something that changed my perspective. He was like, you're in marketing. If you don't see a use case for ChatGPT, you have a problem. You kind of have to get into it. I didn't get into it immediately. I opted instead to get the hang of something like Claude. I personally like Claude. I've never been able to use the premium version, but even the free one, I enjoyed it thoroughly. ChatGPT just... I didn't start liking ChatGPT until this year when I was doing a certification for ChatGPT as part of my work. Also, I don't know why I'm wearing headphones. So when I learned how ChatGPT actually works through my certification, I got a better appreciation for the platform. But I won't lie, I still was not at the point of like, I really, really like this. I'm the kind of person who I think will probably, once I decide to pay for my own premium LLM, I will probably go Anthropic, or in this case, now that we have one that I don't even have to pay for, DeepSeek. I'm really, really enjoying DeepSeek, and I think I'm definitely going to be using it as my primary one for work moving forward. There's certain things that it can't handle as well, like from what I've seen, I haven't tested this out myself. From what I've seen, it's not the best at connecting to the internet, probably because it's still such a young platform. And then because it is a young and very small platform, it keeps getting busy. And so that can really slow down your timelines. But in terms of the quality of the output, at least from this very first activity that I've done with it, the quality of its output is fantastic. I love it so much. So much better than ChatGPT. So that's my first impression of DeepSeek. Yeah, I don't want to sound like a fangirl like everybody else who's out here being like a complete groupie for DeepSeek, but like I can't help it, the results speak for themselves. Also, keep in mind, take this with a grain of salt. I am not an expert. I am an executive assistant who is using AI in her day-to-day work. And so I hope this helps if you're not someone who's techie as well. I hope this first impression / comparison / review / many things is actually helpful for you. So that said, I'm going to go ahead and link a video over here that you can watch about something relevant. Actually, I'll probably let YouTube tell you what's relevant. So enjoy.